going.
Hello, today we are going to teach you how to do your stage makeup for competitions. We're going to talk a little bit about different products you can use. We'll include a list of things that you will need, and of course you don't have to spend a lot of money for this. The first thing you need to know is you will be tanned super dark. Do not let the person, whoever's spraying you, spray your face. You can use makeup for that. If you spray your face, it ends up looking too dark on stage, and you end up with your face looking a couple shades darker when you really want it to look a little bit lighter. So to start off, you would need to cleanse your face and make sure you've got moisturizer if you need moisturizer, whatever you need. If you wear contacts, put your contacts on before you do this. I even recommend, if you're going to get spray tanned, put your contacts in before you get tanned and sleep in them if you can. Because when you put them in, you're going to get, if you're like me, I do wear contacts, you're going to get the little liquid go down your arm, and you're going to have this line in your spray tan. So that's just to start off. Here is the foundation that I use. It is a Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse in Caramel Dark. It's a number 2. This is at any drugstore, grocery store, Ulta, and you are going to want to put this on your face really generously. I'm not even sure if this is a foundation brush. It really doesn't matter because you're not probably ever going to use this for anything else other than your stage makeup. So put it on really generously on your face and make sure that you blend it into your neck, because your neck will be spray tanned and you don't want it to be, you don't want to be on stage and have them see the under part of your face that's not tanned and then your neck that is tanned. So make sure that you blend it really well into everything. So you can see this is quite a bit darker than my normal skin tone, which is quite pale. This is not the darkest one that I have, depending on who tans you. So some companies will tan you lighter or darker. So I do have, just in case, and also spread this into your hairline, because when you part your hair, you may be able to see some of the differences in your where you've been tanned and where you've not. I do have a darker tone as well, just in case, because I know, for example, shoot, I can't remember all the names of the companies. This is a good color when Liquid Sun Rays tans me. This is a good color when another company, I can't remember their name, tans me. And then you can always mix these. I always keep my regular foundation with me, just in case. So if I do need to go a little bit lighter, of course I don't have it, if I do need to go a little bit lighter, then I'm able to kind of mix and match, make my own on the fly if I need to. So I will keep spreading this, and I'll go onto my neck. You have to make sure, if they've not completely tanned your ears, get your ears. It's okay, you're going to have tan stuff everywhere anyway. And I recommend, if you're traveling for a competition, make sure you are bringing your own towels and washcloths and sheets and a pillow or pillowcase to keep over your bed, your hotel bed. So once you've got your foundation on, you will need to do some highlighting. Now I just do really basic highlighting. If you are a lot more makeup savvy than I am, you may be able to do your cheek highlights and all the highlights for your forehead. I don't find all of that necessary for stage, but you will want to highlight under your eyes, because when you're on stage, the stage lights are coming down. So if you have, if your eyes are super dark, and they will be dark up here, you'll want something light down here to counterbalance that. And also, when you're buying eyelashes, it's okay to buy the eyelashes that are, there they are. It's okay to buy the eyelashes that are not quite as crazy and thick, because those really thick and really long eyelashes are going to cast a shadow on your face, because again, those lights are coming down. So I promise by the time your makeup gets on, this is plenty. Alright, So to highlight your eyes, you would just run a little bit of this right on top of your eye socket. Well, on top of your cheekbone maybe. Okay, and then you'll run it here. Okay. Okay, so in order to blend this, you'll want to just dab it and blend down a little bit, and then blend up to right under your eye. And then you can blend out. So you'll see it's not a very dramatic looking difference, but it is going to give you just a little bit of brightness under your eye. You may also do the inside of your eye onto the bridge of your nose, because that can tend to get dark once you get all your eye makeup on. And again, this is just a contouring brush. I think it's from Ulta. It's called, it's a foundation brush from Ulta. And let's see. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start our eyes. I recommend you leaving your blush and lipstick, especially lipstick, until last. One, if you're doing your makeup in your hotel room before competition, you may want to just save your lipstick until before you go on stage or when you get to your venue, so that you can eat or drink if you need to, and you'll have to reapply anyway. So it just saves you a little bit of time. So this is an eyeshadow base, and it is again by NYX. Pretty sure this was again maybe $5–6. And all this is going to do is just even out the surface of your eyelid and on top of your eye to make sure that everything is going to go on smooth and the same. I have a brush, but I'm pretty sure I always use my finger for this. And you will just spread it onto your eyelid. Now this comes in this tan color. It also comes in a white color. I just prefer the tan because it blends better with your foundation. And if you don't have this step, I don't believe it's 100% necessary. It's just helpful to get everything even. Okay, so we're going to start with our eyeshadow. Now your eyeshadow, when you maybe first try this a couple of times, and I do recommend try this at home, practice it at home before you do it that day, because you are going to, it's going to be a lot heavier than you're used to. So we'll do eyeshadow, and then we'll do lashes, and then we'll do eyeshadow, eyebrows, lashes, and then eyeliner. So the eyeliner kind of seals everything and closes everything up. Okay, so with our eyeshadow, we will start with a brush. There we go. I use, and this is a Clinique sample, but I use this white color, this really shimmery color, for the insides of my lids, all the way up, and even to line the bottom of my eyebrow. So, and get a lot. It's you can almost not have enough of this. So you'll start with the inside of your eyelid and go up and under, almost right under your eyebrow. Just form this line here. And so you'll do, or I always do, like to half of my eyelid. This first half to my nose, closest to my nose, I'll do that half, and maybe spread it out just a little, but not much. And I'll go ahead and do to under my eyelid. And anything you do with your eyes, you'll want to take it out just a little bit beyond your normal brow, because you want your eyes to look big and dramatic on stage. And even spread this a little, like into the crease of your eye, because it is going to give you that really open eye look. And this already looks a whole lot more dramatic than you would do maybe for work, or or maybe not. Totally up to you. To kind of finish out your eyelid, so this is my everyday eyeshadow palette. It is Urban Decay's Naked on the Run. It is great. It has a lip gloss, eyeliner, mascara, shadows, the works. So this is really one of my only everyday things that I'll use for my makeup. And I will use this one and sometimes this one to finish everything off. So what I'm using is a pinkish, mauve-ish color that's just going to finish off my my eyelid on the outside. Sometimes I will use this middle gray color. It just depends. If I am going to be at a show where I know the lights are going to be really, really bright, I will do a bit different of a makeup. I'll do makeup that maybe is a little bit lighter on the lid and a little bit darker up here, so that it will make my eyes pop a little more. It's completely up to you, and this is one of the things that I would suggest playing with. If you're sitting at home, do one eye one way and the other eye the other way, and then take pictures and see which one you like, or ask your boyfriend, husband, kids, mom, whatever. So just finish off your eyelid with this color, and you can see it's not a very dramatic color, but it is going to work out once we get the darker colors on. Okay. I don't use as much of that, but again, taking it a little bit outside of my eye, because we do want to have the big dramatic looking eyes. So then you're going to want to do, after that, you'll want to do the upper lid, or excuse me, the crease on your upper lid. So you want that to be a little bit darker, so it is going to make your eyes look more dramatic and pop. So this is when I would use this middle color. And so I would just get it on the top of this and kind of close my eye, but then open it a little bit so that I can find the crease. And then go all, and I'm not looking in the mirror, so forgive me if this looks horrible. Find the crease in here and go all from one side of my eye to the other. There we go. Get it out. So you'll start that there. You'll see I'll take this a little bit on the outside above the crease, here at the top. This is going to start your smokier eye look. And I'll usually start out a little bit lighter and keep layering on until I know I like what I've got. Again, you're going to have a much more dramatic look than you would on a normal day for this. But it's okay to do it gradually so you're comfortable with what you've got. Okay. This makeup also takes a lot longer than your normal makeup. And if you mess up, it's completely okay. About half the time, morning of the show, well, all the time, I always have these baby wipes, whatever wipes works. I just prefer these. About half the time, I have to completely redo an eye, so I'll wipe everything off and redo everything. And then it won't be the same as the other eye, so I'll wipe the other eye off and completely do everything. Make sure you start with plenty time ahead, because the morning of the show you might be a little bit nervous, and you want to make sure you have plenty of time to do this and your hair and whatever else you want to do. this is the brand Wet n Wild. It is, I'm pretty sure I got it at Walgreens or CVS, something like that. Thank you. Sorry. Oh, here's scissors if you need these. And this palette is really good for your black that you will need for the outside corner, and then for a black eyeshadow that you will use under. So we'll do our liner in a second, and some people do line all the way through. I don't. I just don't like that look on myself. So what I will do is do a little bit of black eyeshadow on this part, and then the liner here. But we'll be able to see that in just a second. You're amazing. Thank you. Okay. Here's the palette. So really this palette you could use for almost everything that we've done, because it's got, and it even labels it for you, brow bone, eyelid, your crease, and your definer. One thing I've heard, and so I typically stick to it, I've never worn anything super sparkly on my eyes on stage, and I've heard that that it can like reflect the light. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I just stick with mattes just in case. I don't really want to test that theory. So what you can do now, here's the brush, is get a smaller brush, and this is just you know, the other end of this, and get a little bit of this this black, and go on the corner of your eye, and really get the corner. And I always bring mine out a little to almost right under my eyebrow, right under the end of my eyebrow, and then I'll spread it up and then into this crease. So there you've got the starting of like the super dark. Okay, and this is, again, I'm pretty conservative with my eyes when I'm doing my makeup, so I usually end up doing everything in stages, everything in layers. So this is probably an amount that I would wear on stage. I think. Actually, no. I would put a little more on. And you're only putting on your eyelid, you're only putting this on the crease, or excuse me, on the very, very corner. You want this part to still remain light and open. You're going to have your eyeliner and your lashes, so it'll just give you the contrast between those lashes and that. Okay, so there is one eye. So I would start with the corner. And then I try to keep the rule of thumb, so where your eyebrow arches, to kind of bring the peak up to there and then bring it back down so that it follows kind of the natural curve of your face. Okay. Okay. And I usually, so if you do this in your hotel room or at your house before you're going to compete, you should have plenty of time to tweak things, fix things, do anything you want backstage. So if you need to touch anything up or even anything out, you should have plenty of time for that. And this also saves you from having to fight for a mirror, because there will probably not ever be enough. So here's what you have so far without your eyebrows being done, without any of your liner. It could look a little scary, especially when Steve puts the camera in your face. Okay, so what you will want to do is your eyebrows. You can use an eyebrow pencil. I don't have one in here. What I use is, again, this is part of my everyday makeup, and it's by, this is Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is dark brown, and so on my everyday I would just fill my brows in and make sure nothing is gapped or uneven. For stage, you will want to make them dark, a lot darker than you normally would, because when you get on stage you want everything to be a lot darker than you normally would. So what I would do is outline where you want your brows to show, and this is your chance. If you don't quite have the arch or the brows that you want, this is your chance to do that. This company, this Anastasia company, also makes brow stencils. So if you want a certain shape or a certain thickness to your eyebrows, get those. Oh, perfect. They're amazing. And those are at Ulta. Are they anywhere else? Do you know? Okay, they're at Ulta. On me, this eyebrow is not naturally as thick as the other one, so I draw a great deal of it on. And again, this is something I will end up fixing and tweaking 10 times a day, because I'll wipe my face or they'll be uneven. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so this is really dark. It's actually a little bit thicker than I would like it to be. So this is a new brush, a clean brush. So what I would do here is just dab the under part and clean that up a little bit, because I will touch that that white up again anyway. Okay. So all of this may look a little bit crazy to you on yourself up close, because you're just not used to seeing this. But when you get on stage, it will all look normal. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And alright, we are ready to do our lashes. So if you are comfortable putting your own lashes on, great. If you are not, if you're doing it at the show, there are probably 25 girls there who will help you. If you're doing it at home or at your gym before, somebody there should be able to help you if you're uncomfortable with that. But it really, and again, practice this, because day of you may not have as much patience as you would like. Okay. Looking for my, yeah. Thank you, you're saving my life today. And I did not have glue. Okay, so these eyelashes came in a pack of 2. They are reusable, although it just depends. You may or may not want to do that. So the shorter part of the lash is going to go on the inside, and the longer part of the lash is going to go on the outside. And again, don't use the crazy thick ones, because they are going to overpower your eye. And then when you see pictures of yourself on stage, you're just gonna, it's all gonna look just dark through here. So what I would recommend doing, get all this done first. Put a little of this on your lash. And again, this is something, sometimes I have to pull these things off and do them a couple of times, especially on this eye. Okay, so just make sure you get it on the outside, and then get this tip down. And if they're not 100% straight, if they're just a little off, not a ton off, but if they're just a little bit off, that's something you can even out with your eyeliner. So I got mine a little high, so what I'll do is try to squish them down to my normal lash line. Okay. So these are not perfect, but they will do. This is, I would let this go on show day. I would never, as long as you've got them in the right spot on your eye, the eyeliner will take care of the rest. It will even everything else out. So that will work just for our purposes right now. So you can see both of them are on. They don't look totally even right now. You'll be able to fix that with the liner. Promise. Okay. So, there we go. That's a little bit better. That's the part I struggle with the most is eyelashes. So this is the eyeliner that I use. It is Revlon Color Stay Skinny. And then the color is Blackout. Again, drugstore, grocery store, Ulta, one of the less expensive brands at Ulta. The liquid liner is going to give you a more dramatic, a more even look than the penciled in liner will. So I do recommend this for the top of your lashes and for the bottom outside corner. So how we'll start is, since I got this one uneven, I will start by just evening this out. I recommend having Q-tips on hand, so if you mess up, you can always kind of blot. And start with a thinner line. You can always put more on, but it's just a little bit harder to take any off if you need to. So I'll go all the way to the inside corner of my eye. I'm very left-handed, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, here we go. So what I did was just even out where that lash was not all the way down to my lash line with that one. So now it looks a little more even. And now I will run the rest of the liner over. And then the rest I'll run over the top line of the lash. And I like to do a really thick line at the end and bring it out, do a little wingtip, because it is just going to open your eye, make it look a little bit bigger on the outside. There. So that's what you have so far. This again is something I'll do an initial line and then I'll end up doing 3 or 4 times until I get what I like. Alright, and since we kept our lid light, then you are going to have that contrast between your lash and the shadow above. So I'll do a little bit of liner right below my lash line, almost to the middle, and then up, and I'll meet that upper line. And I don't totally close that line to the inside of my eye, and you can if you want. It's just, again, it's a look that I don't prefer on myself. So leaving this inside with the light color is going to keep your eye open. Lining your whole eye, and this is why I don't like it on myself, lining my whole eye makes my eyes look a lot smaller, makes me look a little bit squinted almost, and I don't like that. Keeping the eyeshadow light on the top is going to keep your eye open looking. When you've got so much dark shadow on the top, it's going to overpower the openness of your eye. So just having this this and not closing that completely is going to help you out. And what we'll also do after everything is said and done is I will line the inside of my lower lash with this white pencil, and that's also supposed to kind of give you a little extra of an open eye look. And again, this is something that's going to look a little strange up close, or it does on me anyway. But then when you get on stage, you can't, you don't notice it, and it looks, it does make you look a little bit more awake. So we will, and you can see I actually really just messed this one up, so you'll be able to yeah, if you've got a spare one, you are magical. If so you'll be able to see how to fix this. Just close your eye and run it along your liner where you want it to take off. And if you take any eyeshadow off, don't worry about it, just redo it. And that will be okay for now. It is a little bit lighter than the other side. My lashes are also different. Okay. Alright, so then we'll finish off the shadow on the outside corner of this eye, or excuse me, the liner. What I will typically do here is take this, the black shadow that we just used for the corner of our lids, there we go, and blend it a little bit with this line and make this line just a little more, a little softer but a little more dramatic as well. And then I'll bring it almost to the end but not quite. So it does just give you a little bit of a lighter liner there. Okay, so there are our eyes. Our eyes are done. Finally, now you can, if you don't like something you see, touch it up, fix it, whatever you need to do to feel comfortable when you're on stage. Take all of these things with you when you are going to your competition. So all we have left is blush and lipstick. So get a pretty bright blush. This is a CoverGirl, old CoverGirl, just kind of palette, if you will. It did look like this, except pink. And this is, I'll use this sometimes to even out my face if anything is not quite right. I'll use this palette to even everything out, and it is an NYC brand bronzer. So just get one of these palettes or a blush stick, whatever you're comfortable with, and get a little bit of blush. I got way too much. I always tap it off a little, and then smile, and put your blush from your apple up to your cheekbone, on the top of your cheekbone. Now try not to get it where you've highlighted your under your eye, because this again is going to give you a little more of that distinction. And personally, I'll get it a little bit below this part of my cheekbone as well, just to make that stand out. Okay, so we got one side done, almost. Let's do a little more. Okay, and this looks crazy in person, which is okay, because I promise, you need it on stage. and it'll probably all be wiped off before you get to stage anyway, so make sure that you are touching up as you need to. So then we'll finish off with this side. And I got this all over where I would contour. So I can show you how to fix that too. Okay, so you can see mine is really uneven where I just messed it up. So this is when I would bust out one of the wipes and just take a little bit of this off. Now I don't need to redo any of the eyeshadow or anything, but I will just recomplete that. This is a 2-second fix. There we go. I will redo a little bit of this foundation. And then a little bit of the highlighter. Thank you. And I'll even blend this down into where I've got that blush, just so it's not such a harsh line. And then I'll just redo the top of my blush. And be a little more careful. Okay. So that hopefully is a little more even. Scary stage smell. Alright, and now we are ready for our lipstick. Okay, so what I have done for my lipstick, I probably have, you know, 3, 4, 5 lipsticks and lip liners in my box. Sometimes lipsticks just strike me different. But the one I use right now and have really liked lately is in Ulta. It is 200, the number 200 in Ulta, and it's kind of a reddish pink. So it's not just a cherry red, and it's not a pink. And then the lip liner I will use is by Essence lip liner, and it's number 8, called Red Blush. Again, this was at Ulta. This was the 99-cent version of what came with this, or what matched this, which I think this was maybe $8, and the liner was $8, but this was 99 cents. So, okay, so what you want to do is line your lips. If you want them to maybe look a little bit bigger on stage, maybe line the outside. When I smile, this part of my smile is a little bit thinner than this part of my smile, so I will line to make them even. Okay, so you can see this when I'm just sitting with my mouth not smiling. These peaks look different, but then when I do smile, they're a little bit more even. And then when you fill it in with lipstick, everything should look normal. Okay, so this is what I would go with for my lipstick. So it's going to show up a little on stage. Try a bunch of lipsticks. If you need to get just several of the little like $1.99 lipsticks and find a color that works for you, and then get maybe a better lipstick that you feel more comfortable with, do that rather than buying like I have just tons and tons of lipsticks that you you know, may or may not wear. Some lipsticks can make your teeth look a little bit orange, so pick a color that is going to complement your teeth and even the skin tone that you are going to have on the show day. So when you are trying lipsticks on in a store, or if you buy a bunch, maybe put the competition makeup on, or even just around your mouth if you need to, and make sure that it's going to be bright enough. For example, I got this, and this is not bright enough for stage. My lips don't show up at all on stage when I've got this tan. For my normal color, they just look like a nice, you know, cute pink. But with my stage tan, it's not bright at all. So to finish anything off, if you still want your lashes a little bit darker, just put a little mascara on them. If you just want them to look a little bit longer, whatever you would like there. Kind of afraid to mess with these. And if you're happy with everything, then you are good to go. So a couple of things. If you wake up morning of and your eyes are puffy, there's not a whole lot you can do with water since you will be tanned, most likely. Carry a little bit of Preparation H in your makeup bag. Dab a little under your eyes. Give it maybe 20-30 minutes. Preferably, if you don't have that much time, it's okay. It is greasy, so you'll need to wipe it back off before you put your makeup on, or your makeup is not going to stick. You'll notice I didn't use a primer. I just don't. You can if you want to. If you want to, completely up to you. But I do set my face. And how I do that is you will most likely have hairspray around. Just spray your face, just a pretty good layer on your face. It's going to make everything stick. It's going to make your eyelashes, your eyebrows stay in place, so that when you do start to sweat, or if you, if you're on stage for a long time, you're under lights, it is going to, one, hold that matte look, and two, hold everything when you start to heat up and the melting can come. So I think that's all I have.
Do you
might have any
use
questions?
a brow pencil or anything?
Yes. So I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz. You can also use a pencil. Before this, I used a Wet n Wild dark brown eye pencil. It's one that you sharpen. I'm pretty sure it was $1 or less. Make sure that you highlight, or excuse me, you almost trace your brow and then fill it in. And get the evenness, get the arches, get whatever you want. I think mine are dark. I'm not really sure at this point. I think they are. And get what you want, because the lights are going to wash you out. So if you have blonde hair and blonde brows, do just a little bit darker, because that is going to make your face show up on stage, or your eyebrows show up on stage. Okay.